Storm. I'm Dread Canary. The game is Against the Storm, and we are attempting yet again to climb up the difficulty in Against the Storm by Hooded Horse and Aramite Games without losing a single game. The rules are very simple. I will play every difficulty twice, and if we lose, I have to reset my progress, start over from the tutorial, and begin the climb anew. We are on our 5th attempt. This is Prestige 3, having completed Prestige 2 with the village of Brass Bottom last time. So we're going to go here and lock in this levitating monument bonus resource because our radius is only 2 squares out from the last one, and that makes it very hard for us to advance and try to get these other bonuses. So hopefully soon we'll unlock the additional view where we can see further, the additional embarkation range so we can move further, and hopefully pick up more bonuses in the future. But for now, it's a levitating monument, and I think I'm following Brass Bottom with Glass Top. That sounds lovely. As much as I don't like the harpies, let's go ahead and try to learn to love them. We'll grab 9. And because this is a Royal Woodlands, marshlands could be nice, but Royal Woodlands is fine. We'll go ahead and grab an herbalist camp. We know we've got harpies. Let's go ahead and take that harpy bonus, shall we? And here we are. Our mysteries are resource nodes depleted during the drizzle spawn fertile soil. Now this has been worded weirdly in the past, in that in effect it was if you found the resource node in the drizzle, then once it's depleted, you would find fertile soil. But regardless, this does make it very, very lucrative to get a farm building of any kind. We've got our usual debuff. Okay, don't gain reputation during storms, because the queen will not lose her impatience with you. That's fine. Getting used to this debuff was actually a playstyle choice that I basically universally act as if this debuff is in place. So it shouldn't be a problem. Villagers' resolve drops 100% faster. That's going to be annoying with harpies who are, you know, not terribly resolute. Insatiable hunger, so villagers will just eat more the more hostile the forest gets. Okay, that's not bad. Hopefully we can set it up. Hey, chat says, it's been forever since I caught a stream. Glad to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here too. I haven't seen you in my chat a while. And I love getting comments. It really makes the recording experience a lot more fun for me. And let's see here. We've got at Hostility 6, very long breaks that can be fixed by having double services. And if you have double services, you've probably already won. So let's just try to make this not happen. And of course, we have all of the usual buffs and debuffs for being on the Royal Woodlands at Prestige 3. We've got a Dangerous Glade here, and a bunch of vanillas, and then a Dangerous Glade over here and down here. So it looks like that's the direction we're going to move. We've got the L shape, so we'll go ahead and L shape. Hey, L shape. And of course, on this map, I can draw straight lines. Only marked trees, and I held down shift. Remember, if you hold down shift, it applies to all of them that are currently built, but it does not change the default. So any new lumber camps I build in the future, I'm going to have to manually set to only do marked trees. And we're going to clear out a nice little area around here. I've been told a few times in comments that, like, other people who stream, not there's a lot of us, but the other people who stream this game don't tend to clear out an area around their starting zone, and really, I don't understand. Like, land clearance for a new settlement is a staple of pioneered stories. Like, apparently people weren't growing up on Tales of Colonial America. Don't know how that happened. Though, of course, this game doesn't just go in America, and I think the studio isn't even American. So, maybe I shouldn't assume that the player base shares my background reading about American colonialism as stories to tell children. Maybe. We'll see. Of course, we do not only need our starting woodcutters camps, we will want a trappers camp for the meats, we will want a stonecutting camp for the clay, and we will want an herbalist camp to make sure that we have one, since it's upgraded. Go up to speed 3. Put in 3 harpies, and let's check something. This should be a human, give us that extra time. This should be harpies. And let's go ahead and start collecting these. We will, of course, want to put down a crude workstation. Trade logs. Gain an additional trade route slot. That's really good long term. Like, this scales very nicely into a lot of money. 2 amber for every 6 trade goods means I have to make trade goods. I don't love that. And wood cutting speed is increased when you use rainwater. I don't love using rainwater because that causes corruption, which means I have to put people in blight posts to fight the corruption. But on the other hand, rainwater does massively increase production of specific units. This would be good once I had more of an economy set up. I'm going to go with trade logs because I consistently like trade. I'm convinced that the whole reason people like me is because I talk through all of my decisions. I don't know why else anyone would watch me as opposed to someone else. Okay, get harpies happy and keep them happy for 30 seconds to get some parts, which is fine, food and some more harpies, or complete 2 trade routes and have packs of crops. Now, remember, when we deplete resource nodes, we get farmland. So crops should be easy to do. I think I want the crops. I'm going to try for the crops. 3 packs gives us bonus cloth. Cloth is harpy housing. Harpy housing is happy harpies. We're doing that. Make harpies happy. So this is the upgraded version of the previous one. It's just 2 higher happiness. But maybe I should be looking at amber. I'm going to look at amber trade because we already know we want to do trade routes, and we need amber, which we get from the trade routes. So it seems like those 2 are going to work very nicely together. Let's go ahead and take a look at our buildings. Copper bars are hard to do on this map. We will get a little bit of copper as a side effect from clay mines. Or not clay mines, clay deposits, but I don't love this. Bricks are good for humans, and they might be good for lizards. Maybe. The smithy is always a good late-game building, but it's not great early on. I don't love oil. I know some people swear by oil, but I don't love it as a fuel source. So it's down to basically the lumber mill, which gives me easy access to planks, and the smithy, which gives me access to simple tools and coats. It's a fire and engineering building, which means our 3rd species would like working in it, regardless of what that 3rd species is. I'm going to go lumber mill. It's a classic. I like the lumber mill. Okay. So the forum is my favorite building ever. The forester's hut is a great way to get crystallized dew and set up plank production. Or not plank production, tool production. But I didn't take a building that lets me do tools yet. And we know we're going hard on crops. So I'm going to go the small farm just to make sure I can get that. The carpenter is significantly less useful since I took the lumber mill. The herb garden is amazing, but I took a small farm. So the herb garden would give me something to put in the small farm, give me the ability to make provisions. This is really good for setting up like a biscuit or pie economy, but I don't want double farms this early. So I'm going to go with the weaver, which will give us efficient production of a second building, or a second building material. That's the word I'm looking for. And we want a weaver. So for this, we want 2 and 2. So we're not going to make planks. We're just going to make 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. And then that'll let us make this. And then this will give us the planks that we need to make this. So then we can lower this down to just bricks. And maybe pipes. Okay. We've got a plan. I've got 2 people running around building stuff. Now, normally I would rush the first tier of hub, where I get just enough housing for everybody and some walls. And I am going to do that very, very shortly. I think that'll work. And we're going to replace these with human houses later. But for now, we'll do 4 of those, and that is, of course, 3 housing per building. We've got 11 people, so that'll be 12. That's enough. Oh, we already have this up, which means this can build just fabric from the or just bricks from the get-go. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Okay. And the borders between these glades and our starting area is very thin, so we'll be able to rush our way in there real quick next year. Now, the downside to this this layout is that we are not going to be started on orders very quickly at all. So Queen's going to get a little bit unhappy. 5 viewers already. Wow. Hi, guys. Glad to see you here. I feel like we're pretty close to a record number of simultaneous viewers because I haven't had a whole lot of people watching me play this yet. But hey, I'm glad you're here. Every eyeball helps, and most of you, I assume, have 2 of them. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but so growing up, my mother worked as a receptionist at a radio station, and this meant that I met a bunch of people who worked in radio. And one concept in radio is the idea of dead air. You never want dead air. You never want a radio station broadcasting nothing. Because then, of course, people will just scroll right past, well, dial right past. Why am I even talking about radio? It's not like any of you have seen one. But, yeah, so the idea is that dead air is really bad because then you lose listeners, right? If you're not saying anything, if you're not playing any music, no one's going to stick around. And so that's really bad for business. And I adopted that when I worked in a call center, is I would tell customers on my line what I was doing whenever I had to ignore them, and then if I had to put them on hold, I had to put them on hold. But usually I liked keeping them informed of what was going on and what the delay was and what I was doing with their time, because, you know, when you're working a phone, you're taking people's time. And I wanted to be respectful of that and keep them informed as to what they were doing and why it was worthwhile. And that, of course, filters forward into me broadcasting. Is I want to make sure that if you're watching, you know that I'm paying attention and I care about your viewing experience. And that there's something to pay attention to, even if it's just the nonsense chatter that I'm using to fill space. Okay, let's go ahead and do this and find out who our third race is. It's, come on, please be beavers, please be beavers. It's beavers! Yes, all right, we've got beavers. Let's go ahead and beav. Okay. 15% higher chance of producing double yields when the hardest corruption is 200. No. No. I love double yields. If you've seen me a while, you know how much I love double yields, but I can't. Mushroom seedlings, if I had taken the herb garden and not the small farm, mushroom seedlings would be a god tier pick, because mushrooms are much better for making flour than roots. Mushrooms can be turned into wine. Mushrooms are used in skewers. Mushrooms are really good. Get 40 water skins? No. We're going to take mushroom seedlings because we already know we're going to have farmland. We already know we're going to have farms, and I think I can find a way to use the mushrooms. Let's go ahead and grab all of our woodcutters and focus them up here. Okay, we're in, and what we need is fabric. We need fabric. Okay. We don't have much in the way of plant matter, and this will kill people if we don't do it. Okay. So our other options are provisions, and we should be able to get provisions. So that's what we're going to go on. We're going to grab a makeshift post. We're going to drop it right here. We're going to start working it immediately. We're also going to move this herbalist camp to collect these herbalisms. We're going to say that we want only packs of provisions. We want 8 of them, and we want them out of, well, meat. And then berries, but mostly meat. And we will put 2 humans in here, because that way I can put 2 harpies up here. What's this? It's a grill. Okay. Skewers, good for harpies. Copper bars is fine, and ale is good for both humans and beavers if I get an ale building. So that's a decent find. You know, can't say no to a free blueprint. Well, I guess it's not a blueprint, but a free building. All right, chat says, so not to get on to a completely different topic, but has there been any news about the next species being released? Yes. The correct species lost, so frogs are not going to be it. And it was decided that it's going to be foxes. We do not have a release date at this point. But I've got some ideas of what I want to do to celebrate when we get them. I've got 2 species that want clothing, and I love +1 productions. But this does require me to, you know what, I don't make clothing off it enough, let's go for it. And ancient artifacts are kind of hit or miss. +1 production for packs of goods is good for trading. Or have 10 harpies, which I have, at happiness 22 to get a free alchemist hut. Okay, I think I can get that eventually. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing foxes. It's another pretty race, which I think we've got too many pretty races already. Okay, we've got harpies. Harpies are explicitly a pretty race. Humans depends on how you feel about humans. And, I mean, I think the lizards are kind of that same kind of thin and graceful aesthetic that we've got with lizards and harpies, and now we're going to have with foxes. So I do hope that we'll see frogs in the future as some kind of expansion. I'm hoping, but we'll see. We got our packs of provisions, and I completely forgot about this event, so they're going to maybe be a problem. Maybe not. It only takes a minute and a half to solve it, and we're going to have the provisions there. Oh, no, I forgot to change it. Yeah, I'm gonna lose villagers. I can't stop it. I mean, maybe. No. No, I'm just like a second too late. Unless, okay, no, but maybe. This is a bit of a long shot. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm just gonna have to, yeah. Oops. I mean, we'll recover from it. It's just a couple of villagers, but still. It would have been nice to solve this without any deaths, and we're gonna be like 4 seconds too late. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, I lost both scouts. Okay, well, if that's how we're gonna play this. I lost both scouts with 1 second left to go. Wait, why did I lose 5 people? Oh, I thought it was only 3. Jeez. Okay. We're not messing around. So many back and forths, I'm dying from the anticipation. Yeah, I was hoping that I'd be able to get this trading post up and running, and then maybe buy some sea marrow to speed up the rate at which we handled glade events, but unfortunately now we just lost 5 people. And there's sea marrow up here that we could collect with a stonecutter's camp if I had people on it. Like, this is not being played optimally. But you know what? It is okay. We haven't done anything game-ending yet. It's kind of like chess, right? It's the last mistake that ends your run. Let's go ahead and do this. And let's go ahead and get this guy in here making just planks. We're going to put a limit of 100. They're very efficient. They're very fast. But it should be good. We're at hostility 0. So everyone's happy-ish. We can move this weaver up here. We've got decent amounts of food coming in. Okay, our trading is up. Let's go ahead and say we want 4 packs of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. We want 10 of this. We want 1, 2, 3, 4 made only out of grain, because you can't eat grain. Hey, Farliff, how you doing? Okay. Alright, that's not bad. So I don't need a carpenter, right? Not when a tool shop is here. The copper production, not that great. Glade events carrying more items is very nice for glade working speed, but if I need to carry more stuff, I can always throw a harpy on the hearth. So let's see if I can get 22 for that tool shop. I doubt it, but we'll see. If I sell all of this, and I sell all of that, and I sell all of these, and a bunch of this, and maybe some resin. Maybe not plant fiber. But how about 184 wood? Actually, I'd rather sell wood than leather. Can I take this out? I can take that out. Okay. And... hey, hey! Cool. So now we're going to have tools as a possibility. I definitely want beavers to be my woodcutting brigade. At least most of it. $10 amber every time someone leaves or dies. I mean, that's nice. 20 amber when we make ale. 20 amber when we make ale is huge, because I've got 2 ale-drinking species. And let's say show only available. Okay, you'd buy leather. Sure. And you'd buy plant fiber. Absolutely. That'll get us our 2 trade routes. Okay, our meat is out, but that's okay, because what I can do is I can go here, and we can go here. Start collecting that. Plus, we'll set 100, and that is going to let us start getting building materials for some specialized housing for 2 out of our 3 species. I lost most of my humans in that purge. Bit of a problem. But you know what? We're staying steady on fuel. We are working on trade routes, so that's good. We've got a growth of food coming in. Got plenty of planks. Right. Right. We didn't have anyone on bricks. So you are now making bricks, of which we'll say 20. Sounds good. And we'll grab some more orders. Sell and use rainwater. Okay. Or have 10 humans and clothing. Sure, let's get 10 humans. Nope, Harpy Resolve. Harpy Resolve sounds great. This Harpy can't be doing anything, so let's get them out of there. And what we need to be doing is, once this is cleared out, let's go ahead and move this side. Put a road here. Oh, we already have 20 bricks. That's phenomenal. Okay. So we just need to finish clearing up the space for it. And I'll be able to make myself a nice blade fighting post. Harpies are going strong. Yeah. Harpies are, well, kind of going strong. I sold the stuff that I could use to make plant fiber. And we need more plant fiber to make more fabric so I can make more harpy-specific housing. But we should be okay pretty soon. I don't think there's enough corruption to lose villagers at this juncture, so I think we're okay. Like, we're at 48% corruption, so we should be alright without me having a blight post up and running. But we will get one up and running soon. And I know technically you can delete resource nodes, but that always feels bad, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're in the storm. Everybody out of the woodcutting camps. Gets us down to hostility 0. We delete this. We put in a couple of beaver houses. We throw 3 harpies in here. We set a cap of 10. Go. So what I'm hoping is that we'll be able to burn some of the blight. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, blight's going down. Look at that timing. Gorgeous. We'll delete this too, and we'll put a human house on the corner. And there we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of these 2. And we are going to do this. And we will go up here. Okay, bonus resolve when we sell goods. So this stacks infinitely, and bonus resolve when people are sad. Or just double production, but people will eat more. I'm going to go with prosperous settlement because it's... I'm going to go with workers' rations because double production is just so very excellent. Let's go ahead and spin this around to this side. And what we want to do up here is we want to turn all this into farm fields. And we want to drop ourselves a small farm. More people. We want humans. We can get 1 human. So, go with that. Sahilda, hey girl, how you doing? Oh, foragers camp. That could be good. Bonus clay production might be nice. Bonus resolve if we have a home is also always fun. But I think of these, the foragers camp is the best. So let's see, can I get 8? If I sell you my existing tools, my existing resin, my existing grain, and some berries. Buildings are one of the best things you can get with your resources because buildings let you produce more stuff. And you always need to be producing more stuff. We'll put another harpy in here. We'll do a joint venture here, except it's not going to be joint with a human. Actually, you know what? Let's take this guy off here and make this a sole harpy venture. We're going to spin this around. And we are going to put human and beaver in here and start trying to farm. Okay, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do this. Okay. So, it's year 4. We've fulfilled 0 orders, but we've got a farm up and running. We've got housing for some people. We've got no problem with fuel. Got a blight post. We've got 2 types of production going strong as far as building materials go, and that's going to be enough to get specialized housing for 2 of our species. I feel like we're okay. Losing 5 people in year 2 did not feel good, but we've got the infrastructure in place to start doing this delivery and the 3 packs. We've sold the value of goods. We just need to have the amber, so that's not really a problem. Okay, herbalist is out of herbalisms, which is fine. We'll just slide them over here, and then they can start building the town, because I've had buildings queued for a while that we weren't building. Let's see what we got. More packs, or I don't like committing to having to get a blueprint, so we're going to go ahead and go with the more packs. It's just this one, but bigger. So that gets most of our harpies into harpy-specific housing, and in fact, let's go ahead and just drop down another harpy house on this side. And I'm going to move this closer in, and let's see, what's our radius? Oh, we've got so much space. So let's go ahead and say we want one more beaver house on this side. And that'll get everyone into racial-specific housing. So if we've got 5 here, that's 10. And if we do 6 here, that'll be 22. That's pretty great. We can go ahead and wall crossing for the end of our wall. Much comfort, many wall. Go ahead and go that way. And you know, we're actually going to go ahead and fire all of these and tell them that they are clear to open up this glade as soon as the spring hits. So yeah, we've got enough happiness housing, so people are generally happy. This is stabilizing nicely. We never built our foragers camp, but we probably should do that. Get a road here. You're out. And we can go like this. And you know, let's go ahead and do that. And I think we want to put like a small farmhouse here once we've opened this glade. I think that looks nice. Free ancient tablets, free amber if people die, and faster production of tools if we have ore. I want hidden reward because ancient tablets sell for a lot of money. And money can be leveraged into a lot of benefits. Okay. So now I've got all my beavers on the wood jobs. We've got humans on the farming jobs. We've got harpies on the random jobs. What do we have here? Okay, it's just going to lower happiness by 8. I can get a pile of people. Let's go ahead and get a pile of people. And I think we can tank this. I think it's alright. Now, of course, I do want a harvester's camp. And we can't really afford to turn food into people at this point. Late events would be nice. I'm willing to sell all of my copper and 31 planks and 31 less sea marrow than that. There we go. Let's go down 1. Let's actually sell him resin and keep more sea marrow. That looks good. The idea here is that we can use sea marrow to speed this up so it doesn't take a full 4 minutes. And that is less time that I have to be dealing with unhappiness. So we are going to go ahead and burn some of that. Harpies are happy. Hey, we've got our amber. Let's go ahead and not claim this order yet. If I claim that order, I get people. That's going to raise the hostility of the forest, which will lower the happiness of these harpies. So I'm going to sit on it for a minute. But we are going to turn this around to this direction. You didn't have gears, did you? You did. Okay, you have parts. And how many parts do we need? We need one. We need one parts. So, can you sell me one part for 2 amber and 3 planks and a wood? Thank you. And that's going to get us the Harvester's Camp, which is going to get us a lot of plant fiber, which is going to get us a lot of fabric, which is going to get us harpy housing, which will, of course, make my people quite happy. Okay, so now we can drop a second small farm. And on this small farm, we're going to focus only on things that we can straight up eat. So we're making, and up here, I'm going to turn off vegetables, so it's going to just be the ones that are highly efficient. That should give us everything we need in both of those. I'm actually going to drop a human in here. Get just a little bit more in terms of production of food this year. Harpy resolve is low. Not sure why. But since we went up anyway, I can go ahead and turn in this order. Which gives us another human. Nice, nice, nice. We're doing well. We are doing well. And we want a forum. Absolutely, we want a forum. The forum is so good. Yeah, actually, I like that. That's where we're going to put the forum. Very cool. Okay. So this is going to swoop this way. And I believe we had another... we got a forbidden, we got a dangerous. Nice. Oh, form's going up immediately. That is great. 36 seconds here. So let's go ahead and favor harpies real quick. We have 10. Okay, yep, we got plenty there. Beavers are, of course, unhappy, but that's not going to last long because... Boom. Unfavor. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And that gives us even more people, which not doing great for our food situation, but is doing pretty solidly for our workforce. Let's swoop this side. And we're going to drop 2 harpies in here, which will let me drop 2 harpies in here. And you know what? I'm going to drop 2 harpies in here. So I'm not going to lie, food's pretty bad. But we do have some food coming in. We got 19, so that'll help. I do want to put a storage building up here. I just don't have the parts for it. Oh, there's mushrooms over there. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this building. There we go. Let's swap one of these with a beaver. And we'll put a mushroom, another harpy in there for more mushrooms. That way we can keep happiness up. You're out of stuff to chop down. So let's move you up this way. Excuse me. Move you up this way. And what we want to do here is clear out around the farm. So we make sure we get all that juicy farmland cleared away. And of course there's more farmland back here that we can get. So I might actually put a double farm in this location, just to take advantage of all of that. We really do get so much farm from the ability to use depleted resource nodes. And our final order will be leisure or farming with packs of crops. And that lets farmers carry more, which lets us harvest faster. Absolutely, we're going farming with lots of crops. That is so good. I'm not going to... Yeah, I'll sell resin. Sure. And of course we're at hostility 4, which is way too high. So, get out. Get out. We're out of coal. Okay. Where do we go next? We haven't really given ourselves a solid expansion plan. But I feel like what we want to do is we do want to open up this area. Which won't happen immediately. Like, we're not doing one glade a year. But we did have a rough start, so I'm not too mad about it. That needs to be opening that up. This, yeah, since we're not going to be opening it up next year, I'm okay doing it this way. And you know, we don't... Oh. No, we don't have any assists. That's from previous. Okay. Huh. Well, I can certainly lower hostility. Really? Well, I guess they are hungry. So let's try favoring them. And let's stop favoring them. And let's stop burning wood. Okay. Whew. Getting spicy. All right. Let's go ahead and turn this in so we can get more fabric production and also complete an order. Ooh, free insects from trees? Free crystallized dew when we produce resin. Crystallized dew would let us make tools. But insects from trees is so much food that I have to pick it. And now I think we can justify a forester's hut. We need humans, so we've got a pile of humans here. That's lovely. And since I don't really have a ton of work for them just yet, like, I suppose I can drop... Actually, do we have bricks? We do not have bricks. What if I put humans on brick making? And we're going to say we only want to do bricks first, and then we want to do up to 15 pipes, using whatever you happen to have. Bricks, of course, we are only going to use clay. That should help. You can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere. This is staffed. That's staffed. We can use excess food to get money down here. Harpies are unhappy. And you know what? I can go ahead and do this to give us that sweet bonus to production that I'm always going on about. And my harpies are currently unhappy because they're not housed. I had a massive population boom and I didn't keep up with housing. So we have a bit of a housing crisis going on. Put a wall corner in the corner, which I know a little bit wasteful, but it's okay. And we are going to get some flower beds. There we go. Homes, hashtag homes for harpies. Yeah. Okay, we could buy reputation. I don't feel the need to. Bonus resin would actually be really nice, though, as would fuel burning longer. And we've got all these beautiful tablets I don't need. So let's get as much money as possible. So ideally we'd want 31. So this should be 30. And I'm willing to sell you tools, because I'm going to be able to make tools with what I have now. And I'm willing to sell you fabric, because we're going to have very efficient fabric production. go. Okay. So that'll help. You're on packs of crops, packs of building materials, which we actually need 15 of everything now. Not 51. 15. Again, not 51. There we go. Housing going up, which will make the harpies happier, even though they're hungry. And we don't have to go that long because we're getting food here, and we're getting food here. Woodcutter is out of trees. Well, that is perfect. You did everything I wanted you to, so come over here and do everything I want you to here. Lovely. You can go ahead and unfavor the harpies for a minute. Once they turn in their packs of crops, I can turn in another order. We've got a trade route we can do. Yeah, but I need packs of provisions, so I'm not going to. Got a lot of wood being used. Maybe I don't need 100 planks, maybe only 50. Okay, there we go. Orders. Excellent. Okay, now how many? I've got 22 out of 14, so we've got plenty of people on that hearth, and that means we can justify a second hearth, ideally here. And there's sea marrow in the way. You know what? I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to delete that sea marrow. I wouldn't normally, but we've got a second set of sea marrow currently coming in, and there's still more there, so that should be fine. Speaking of sea marrow, I'm actually going to put us on the sea marrow standard, which burns for a lot longer. Why are you so mad? Is it mostly food? Yeah, it's mostly food. Let's go ahead and do this, though. Blight rot cysts appeared. That's fine. We'll just drop 2 more harpies in here to deal with them. We've got plenty of fuel reserves. And let's say that we're going to make it out of sea marrow going forward. Now, of course, beavers are as mad as they are because I'm favoring the harpies and they're hungry. But I didn't want to lose any harpies, so we're going to let them sit on that for a minute. And we're going to stop this. And we're going to drop a... we'll put another human on this hearth. And what else can we do for housing? So if I do a little bit of a road, just a bit of a road, mind you, and then we put harpy housing here, that'll finish off harpies, and then we can finish off beavers, little one that way, and we can put, say, 2 humans like this. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, I'm going to do a pattern I don't normally do. That's going to be exciting. Make this a harpy, because that fits thematically better. Yep, hunger's going down. We've actually got food now. Housing goes up. At some point I do need to start thinking about making clothes. And we do want to also fix this building. I mean, and I need to get a warehouse here. Okay. So we can go ahead and do this. And we can go ahead and do that, which will drop our hostility significantly. And then it's low enough that if I were to do this, We can keep the hostility down to 2, which should be enough for most of the storm. I mean, resolve dropping faster is not great. Let's go ahead and favor harpies real quick. Okay, and we need 2 more comforting buildings. Now, I would normally... You know what? Let's just go ahead and make walls. We'll make 3. And we will, of course, delete this and replace it with a crossing. That'll help a little bit. Keeping harpies at 3 for as long as possible. And then we turn this off, which I'm hoping will get the beavers back on track. Yes, it will. And then we've got enough time. Lovely. Okay. So you're able to balance happiness, at least through the storm. Okay. So, of course, we rehire our choppers in both locations. We turn off our happy burning. Let's go ahead and pick this. Hostility decreased from wood cutting. Nice. Or +1 resolve when we open caches. Let's go ahead and go with flame amulets. I'd like to be able to have slightly lower hostility. But this is the start of Year 7. And longtime viewers of the channel will know that the start of the Year 7 is where we cut the cities in half. So, if you've gotten this far in the video, you clearly like the video, and I would appreciate if you do all the video boosting algorithm stuff that YouTube requires in order for creators to get noticed and possibly get money from YouTube. So, I'd very much appreciate it if you did that. It would just mean a lot to me. I also appreciate just seeing views. So seeing those numbers go up is very nice. I'm glad you're here with me, sharing your time. I know there's a lot of other things you can spend an hour on than listen to me natter on while playing Against the Storm. Just a reminder, you can catch me live Monday and Thursday nights, twitch.tv/DreadCanary at 8 p.m. And we go until I finish 2 towns, which is like 3.5 to 4 hours, unless I get very ambitious and make it take longer. So you are welcome to catch it live if you're watching on YouTube. You can also follow me for schedule updates and news about other projects like my card game by following me on Twitter, which is @GhostFinchMedia. Yeah, so I think that's all the announcements I usually want to make. I hope you're having yourselves a great day, and I would love it if I saw you in the next one. Bye, YouTube!